Welcome back, everybody, to VIP Revive. Intermission is over. You're back in session. We're here back with another RIP energy read. So, for those of you guys that are new, um, my job is I do vibrational assessments to help you identify your spiritual blocks. Keep it simple, okay? And not only that, so that being explained, I like to keep it simple so people won't get confused. So we're here to do the RIP shit you need to RIP. So what's written on these cards are real life shit that people do not want to spit or talk about. So I'm not one of those platforms that you may get triggered. So either something resonates. The point of this RIP session is for you to look into and look in and see what you need to RIP. Everybody has something they need to RIP. This is a constant. This is for soul healing and soul building. That's what I'm about, okay? So that being that in the midway being said, let's get started. And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. And this read, and I'm sorry, is for Libra. I did Aquarius, Gemini, and now I'm doing Libra. And let me explain my board. This is always on my board. Examine yourself with a cold eye. Because what you vibe with is what you dive with. Stop the worrying, watching, waiting, and wondering energy. Because once again, what you vibe with is what you dive with. Create that position of strength. Keep your self-dignity and self-discipline on your journey. So you can develop those skills of inner strength. Meditation builds inner strength. Meditation is one of the ways to build inner strength. Your spiritual journey is like a menu. Just think of your journey as a menu when you're putting your tools together for your discipline. And a lot of people in their spiritual discipline, they forget to fast because fasting is what makes your flesh submit. Because you have to remember your flesh is raging war on your spirit. So you have to balance. When you make the 1-2, when Father says in the Bible, Thomas, when you make the 1-2, you're talking about that material, that flesh, and that spirit. When you make the 1-2, and put on your battle warrior prayer. So let's get started. Oh, and examine yourself with a cold eye, and stop the self-created demons. So let's shuffle real quick, Libra. Without a fight. Coming out my nose. Because I'm watching my back. So Libra, you may be dealing with a Leo. That shit. Because somebody's trying to kill me. Okay. So, Libra, you may be dealing with a Leo. It says RIP. Down low shit. This is for a male Libra. It says RIP to down low shit. And this is also for a male Leo. RIP the down low shit. Because the down low shit is actually LD. That's what I call it. Low down. Keep it real. Libra, this is for a Libra masculine. On your journey. Yeah, we have a lot of that going on these journeys. RIP. Hitting on men. How you gonna be sitting there down low and then beating them up? What's wrong with you, Libra? It's RIP hitting on men. You whoop on the women and the men. That's domestic violence. Either way it goes, you need to examine yourself with a cold eye, Libra. Because you're not in the energy to receive. You're in the energy to deceiving yourself. And this is self-defeating behavior, my friend. And you need to do a serious self-assessment. You may be beating on a Leo. Domestic violence on a Leo. RIP. RIP that shit. That's a spiritual block. Being on the down low is a spiritual block. Hitting up, it is. It's one of the biggest spiritual blocks is being on the down low. RP is blank. Fill in the blank, Libra. Fill the blank in. What you need to RP. Fill that blank in. Aries is here. Says you need to examine yourself with a cold eye, Libra. Pop it off. What you vibe is what you die with. Step your vibe up. RP. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, so you can't create a situation of strength on your journey. You need to analyze the way you move in Libra. So you in the frequency of the number 7. This is my 77 vibration. That's the frequency you in. On a positive vibration for the 77 is inner wisdom, intuition, contemplation, good discernment, and understanding of others, my friend. Inner strengths. Evaluate. Okay? On the negative side of the 77 vibration is black intuition. Self-defeating behavior, my friend. I just said it. Self-defeating behavior. It's right here. Unable to qualities. Unable to achieve the design goal that you had set for yourself. Whatever you did, it self-defeated yourself, Libra. Self-defeating behavior became into self-harm. I repeat that shit. And now you're judging. I repeat that shit. Somebody is racist by the graces. By their graces. Judging races. Judging. I repeat that shit. Somebody is judging. RIP. Somebody's a Libra's in sheep clothing. Somebody's in sheep clothing. Wolf in sheep's clothing. You being a wolf in sheep's clothing and you beating on men and you're down on the down low. This is for a Libra. RIP plotting. That's why we have the RIP and wolf in sheep's clothing. What you vibe is what you dive with. What you play in is what you're playing out, Libra. RIP that plotting. RIP being on the down low, my friend. RIP, fill in the blank, because you can't create a position of strength on your journey. You didn't lost your self-dignity on your journey. What you vibe with is what you dive with. You need to examine yourself with a cold eye, because now you're worried. You're in the worry and wondering energy. This is self-created demon. These are seeds of fear that you're manifesting right here, my friend. You can't develop skills of inner strength by being a wolf in sheep's clothing. RIP that shit. Plotting. RIP that. Be on the down low, RIP that shit. RIP to self-defeating behavior, because the plotting behavior has left you in self-defeating behavior, because you need to CIP and examine yourself with a cold eye, my friend. Because now, my RIP, now you was judging. Now you're afraid of being judged. Yeah. Correct? So, listen, I know I talk strong. So what needs to happen is you need to adjust your frequency. Adjustments, like you're adjusting a belt. Adjust yourself, my friend. And the way you can get rid of this is by meditating and fasting on these behaviors, self-defeating behaviors, and putting on your battle warrior prayer and balancing out your flesh and your spirit, my friend. Leo and Aries too. There's some Leo and Aries involved in this situation. All y'all in self-defeating behavior. RIP, stop lying to yourself and your own energy. It's a spiritual block. These are spiritual blocks. RIP that shit. RIP, Libra being materialistic. Spiritual block. You can't create a position on strength. You guys are trying to affect the spiritual world with the flesh world. It's like oil and water. It don't mix. You're lying to yourself, like it says here. And RIP, self-negative talk, my friends. Spiritual block all day long. What is this? RIP, what did I write? Parents disown. Okay. There's some Libra parents out here that disown their children because their partner is white, black. You can close your casket right here with this energy. RIP that shit, whoever's that's for. RIP, wicked. Okay, there's a wicked side chick. Who is it, Simba? Nobody, I guess. Okay. RIP being wicked. There's a side chick here. There's a Libra side chick that's wicked. Yeah. So we got same sex, and then we have female, that's a side chick, that's a Libra, she need to RP that shit. That's self-defeating behavior. You need to examine yourself with a cold eye. Whoever that resonates with. Oh my goodness, it's about a Taurus. RP that shit. Yeah. This Libra female is wicked against the Taurus. Y'all see that just slide out, right? Yeah. You see how that just slid out? Resentments, Libra. You have resentment with a Taurus. Your vibe is taking a dive. You need outer introspection because you don't want to take responsibility. And you don't want to take accountability for your actions. RP that shit. Because it's a spiritual block. RP because you have no follow through, Libra. RP paying men's bills. There's a Libra out here taking care of men and paying their bills. Yes. You definitely can't. This is your self-value, self-worth. This is a self-value and self-worth issue. If you're paying for men and taking care of men, my friend. Self-assessment definitely needed. No self-awareness, no sense of self. Correct? Do your self-assessment, Libra. Fast and put on your battle warrior prayer. Okay. Now this is RIP. Somebody's out here drugging and raping women. There's a Libra out here drugging and raping women. Putting them in self-deception. RIP. Past. Seek your own creativity instead of others, Libra. We're going to sum you up in a minute. So, like I said, put it where it fits. Everybody has something you need to RIP. These are all spiritual blocks on your journey. All spiritual blocks. Too many people are trying to affect the spirit world with the flesh. And it doesn't work like that. 93.6 hertz, Libra. Put it on. Crown chakra connection. So what's happening is your crown chakra is blocked. Crown chakra is not connected to a zodiac pineal gland. That means your crown chakra is scattered, muddled, because you have too much flesh. So the flesh, when you are dwelling with your flesh, you can't hear. That's how you build spiritual strength. You can't hear. It's not one of the ways you can create a position of strength on your journey, my friend. Okay? Correct? I have to stop saying okay. I got to stop saying right. I got to stop saying okay. Let's see what this is. Self-abandonment. RIP, spiritual block. You self-abandoned yourself. There's some Libras out here that didn't take self-regard. And you self-sacrificed yourself for someone. RIP, possessiveness. Heart chakra. Heart chakra zodiac is connected to Libra or Taurus. So there's a Taurus and a Libra out here who's being possessive. RP that shit. That's a spiritual block. Keeping kids from dad. RP that shit, Libra. Some Libras out here keeping the kids from the dad. Analyze the way you moving. Pop it off. There's a Libras out here that need to make a confession and get it off your chest. RP. Yeah. There's some Libras out here. You need to make a confession and get it off your chest. RIP, it says because you're fucking your friend's husband. And I hate using that word. We're going to say you're stumping your friend's husband. You're having sex with your friend's husband. This is the confession. There's some Libras out here that's having sex with their friend's husband, and this is a confession. Put it where it fit. Whether male, I'm picking up male on male and hetero. Okay, because this is what? You're being a hoe, and now you want to play victim. See how that flowed? There's a Libra need to get something off their chest. RIP. Because you are screwing your friend's husband. RIP. You were being a hoe. And that's when your vibe took a dive. RIP. And now you want to play victim. RIP. That shit. Libra. Let's get a couple more. Yeah. So you can create a position of strength in your journey, my friends. Yeah, because right now there's self-created demon energy. You're doing a lot of watching, worry, and wonder and waiting. There's some Libras out here that are provoking other people. Yes, provoking, trying to provoke others. Others trying to still wearing a mask. Don't know who they are. So Libra, you are in the vibration of the number 7. Whether you're seeing 777 or 7. And it's the numbers are positive vibrations, and they have a negative connotation to them as well, a negative energy. So there's some Libras out here that are dealing with depression, hypercritical, antisocial, yeah, dependency, resistance, codependency, stagnation, lack of conviction, arguments, being resentful and self-righteous, unable. Yes, Libra. I repeat that shit. That's putting you in the energy to deceive. You have to remember, what you vibe with is what you die with. There's some Libras need to step their vibe up, my friends. Okay, this is it. I'm done with it. RIP being a swinger. Spiritual block. So we have some Libras out here that's being a swinger. This is the way of the world. We have some Libras out here that are swingers. That's the way of the world. No judgment, but that's the way of the world. RIP. There's some Libras out here being two-faced. I consider that being two-faced. Spiritually. If you acting like you're spiritual, but you out here swinging, that's being two-faced. Two-faced is not always just you telling this person and you talking to this person, but you don't like, that's not always what it is. Remember, we're talking about spiritual. These are spiritual blocks. Responsibility for your own pain. There are some Libras who need to take responsibility for their own pain. Take responsibility and self-discipline. You would avoid. You're avoiding your responsibility of your own pain, Libra. We are unable to learn the basic lessons of discipline. We stop blaming other people and external sources to you. We become self-empowerment. From this place, you find strength. We become powerful individuals, rather than dependent ones. Because Peter Pumpkin Eater had a wife and he couldn't keep her. Y'all know the story. The wife was a flirt, causing Peter to fit her with a chastity skirt. RIP this Libra. The only perspective you have is your own. That's a spiritual block. You don't have the only perspective. That's a spiritual block. You think the only perspective is your own. I'm picking up a masculine with this. This is a masculine. Okay, so we have same sex as well. RIP, somebody need to RIP to sum it up. Being on the down low. Leo. There's a Leo also who's on the down low. RIP that shit. Domestic violence. Domestic violence is going on in the same sex. RIP that shit, hitting on men. RIP being a swinger. These are talking to Libras. RIP being materialistic. RIP being plotting. You can't create a position of strength. Remember, what you vibe with is what you die with on your journey. RIP that negative self-talk. RIP stop lying to yourself. There's some Libras out here that are being wolves in sheep clothing. RIP that shit. Which is bringing you depression, codependency, stagnation in your journey, on your levels, on your evaluation. Your soul's not going to be able to evolve because you're being resentful and you having arguments. Stop playing victim. RIP that shit. Spiritual block. You got some Libras out here screwing their friends' husbands. RIP. Same sex as well. You got some Libras out here that are taking care of men. You being used. RIP that shit. You losing your self-dignity and your self-respect. Analyze the way you moving. RIP that. There's some Libras who need to make a confession. Yeah. You got to make a confession for your, a confession for your protection. That's what Spirit told me to tell some Libras. You need to make a confession for your protection. It says right here. This is an old card of mine. Put it to rest. RIP that shit. Yes. We got some Libras out here in self-deception. We have some Libras out here who's being two-faced and need to do some introspection and take responsibility and do a self-assessment because of the simple fact you got spiritual blocks because you're resentful. RIP that shit. And it's from your past, which is self-defeating behavior. RIP that shit. It may be about an Aries or a Leo. That's what came out. We got some Libras out here that are copying. Seek your own creativity. It says it right here, not others. Seek your own creativity, not others, Libras. We got some Libras out here, RIP, who can't stand a Taurus. Oh, yes, in the energy. Wicked, side chick, RIP that drinking Libra, and judging. Okay. We have that there because you need to examine yourself with a cold eye. Remember, what you vibe with is what you die with. Self-created demons. You got a lot of spiritual blocks, and these put it where it fit because you're in the energy to deceiving. You're not following your heart and creating a position of strength for yourself. You're not analyzing the way you move. You have gave your power away. You need to reclaim your power, loyalty back to self. Okay, so if I had to give you a spiritual prescription, Libra, I want you to be self-determined about analyzing the way you move. Be self-determined about examining yourself with a cold eye. Be self-determined to stop watching people, other folks, and worrying about other folks, waiting and wishing and plotting on other folks. Be self-determined about that, Libra. So you can create that position of strength and be self-determined about your self-dignity and your self-discipline and your self-respect. Be self-determined to develop those skills of inner strength. Be self-determined to fast and build your spiritual bank. Be self-determined. And that's all I'm going to give you guys. And I hope that can help some folks. And be self-determined. Stop this self-defeating behavior. Be self-determined. Everything is self. Go in on self. Stop pointing fingers. Be self-determined, getting rid of RIP, that resentment of the past. Because, and resentment with a Taurus, it's all in the energy field. You need to let that go. This Taurus has not done anything to you. So this is why you're going to receive karma. And you know who I'm talking to because of this. Of this. RIP that shit. Yeah. No follow through. You got a problem with a Taurus and it's about a masculine. Yes, it is. It's about a masculine and the Taurus don't know you and you don't know the Taurus. But you got some resentment. You got some self-assessment to do. Some Libras got some self-assessments to do because you're lying to yourself. Yeah. You're lying to yourself about this whole spiritual discipline, this whole spiritual journey. This is why art of introspection came up. This is why you need to take responsibility. And this is why responsibility came over here too, because you got some Libras that your crown chakra is blocked, unbeknown to you. It's blocked. Because you have not yet examined yourself with that cold eye. Something is too dark for you to see. Because right here, you have the fear of change. You have the fear of unknown. Some Libras are in the fear of change. Some Libras are in the fear of unknown. Some Libras are in the energy of the fear of failure. RIP that shit. Some Libras are in the fear of making a mistake. Some Libras are in the fear of what society's going to say. And some Libras are in the fear of what life and death. Go within yourself. Challenges may come in different disguises, but ultimately they hold the same energy field and the same vibration and frequency. Find yourself in situations, circumstances that validate your fears. And that's all some Libras are doing. And that's a lot of people are doing. Okay? You're finding yourself in situations that are validating your fears. You can't create a position of strength in your journey like that. All right? Okay. So that's it for Libra. I hope that can help some people. And on top of the deck, you may be dealing with a Pisces. RIP, you need to ask yourself a question. And some Libras are going to see a witch doctor. Wait a minute. And RIP stalking. Some Libras are stalking people. Need to stop. And some Libras are thinking about having surgery. Examine yourself with a cold eye. Stop stealing in line. RIP that shit. And you got some Libras that are posing as twin flames and their side chicks. And RIP is from the past. Okay? RIP. Turn your weakness into strength, Libras. There you go. Spirit just told me to do it. I wasn't planning on doing it, but I just picked them up. All right. Talk to you later. Next, we're doing... what am I do next? Let's see. Let's do water. Let's do water signs. Okay? All right? So you guys have a good one. This is our free to deal. Hurry this out, free to deal, 1@gmail.com. Subscribe and push your share button if you can. All right. Namaste. Talk to y'all later.